Are the Buffalo Bills the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs? Or is there another team in the AFC that looms as a potential, what's a word? What's a good word?
Threat.
Threat.
I already said threat.
Right.
So we got to change it. We got to use different verbiage. We got to
Competitor?
expand the vocabulary.
Competitor? I don't know, bro.
As a different competitor. So, all right. Who you got? Is it the Bills?
I mean,
Is it obvious?
I think maybe, I guess it's hard not to say the Bills because the Chiefs were undefeated and lost to the Bills. But I think between the top dogs in the AFC, the Bills, well, the Chiefs are obviously the Chiefs, the Bills, and then, you know, everyone kind of funnels in. Ravens, maybe. Steelers, Chargers, thrown up there, potentially. I think they all have about just as good of a chance to beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs are the Chiefs. And I don't give a shit that they lost this game. My outlook on them does not change. They're still the best team in football, still probably going to win the Super Bowl. But in terms of who has the best chance, like I said, I don't know, man. I feel like it's got to be the Bills, but just because of voodoo magic, it can't be. They're never going to beat them in the playoffs.
The Bills do this over and
Right.
over and over and over
Right.
and over again.
Yeah.
Only to lose in the playoffs.
Right.
Every single time. Every single time.
I like those Steelers, man. I don't know. It's just something about them. Something about them. If someone's going to... The Chiefs have...
Is it because they're unlimited?
It's because they're hideous, and they can win hideous football.
6 field goals.
And the Chiefs have won ugly this year, and I keep saying it. If there's one team that can out-ugly the Chiefs and win, I think it's Tomlin and the Steelers.
I just saw the Steelers win a game without scoring a touchdown, and like that's all fun and dandy. Congrats! That was winning ugly for sure. Come on, bro. Not beating the Chiefs without scoring a touchdown. What are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
I think it's pretty clearly the Bills. I agree with you.
Yeah, the Bills are just the obvious pick.
I still think the Chiefs are in their own team. It's Patrick Mahomes. He won the past 2 Super Bowls. As long as you have Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Steve Spagnuolo, and Travis Kelce, you should be the favorite in the conference.
Hell yeah.
That's just how it works right now. Obviously, we've been saying all year we won't change our minds on that until they lose a playoff game. That's what we've said all year.
That's what they've earned.
But this is the best Bills team in the Josh Allen era. I'm ready to admit that. I know I'm a Bills hater, but like you got to call a spade a spade. Had a full offseason with Joe Brady, and we're seeing the dividends of that on this offense. This offense last year, once they fired, who was the OC before Brady?
Ken Dorsey.
Before they fired Ken Dorsey, you know, it wasn't looking good for them. They fired Ken Dorsey. Joe Brady took over. They established a run game with James Cook. You know, Josh Allen was spreading the wealth. He wasn't hyper-targeting Stephon Diggs, and we saw the offense be better. And now we're seeing the effects that that's having this year. I mean, we saw them in this game without Dalton Kincaid, without Keon Coleman, who are probably 2 of their top 3 pass catchers this year. Khalil Shakir is obviously a fucking dog.
He is.
And then this defense. I mean, I said it by like week 2. I was completely wrong about the Bills defense. I thought losing the guys they lost would have a bigger impact on this team. It didn't, because that's what Sean McDermott does. He puts out great defenses. And they just...
And Milano is yet to come back.
Yeah.
And he will be soon.
He's coming back, right?
He is coming back soon.
And they just play so goddamn aggressive, man. And I know they were at home, and that helped them in this game. Because those fans, it looked like an electric environment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It looked like an electric environment, and that definitely helped them. And the way things stand right now, they won't play the Chiefs at home. No one will, because the Chiefs are the first seed in the AFC. So we'll see how that shakes out. But I just think, given how dominant this defense is, given how good this offense has been in terms of just they can beat you in multiple ways. You know, Josh Allen, if he has to, will go out and beat you. If not, they'll run the ball down your throat if they can. You know what I mean? They'll run the ball until you show that you could stop the run.
Yeah.
And then when you stop the run, all right, fine. We have the second best quarterback in all of football in Josh Allen. He'll beat you himself then. Ooh. You want to sell out to stop our run? We have Josh Allen who will beat you himself. And, you know, it's not really just about this game. I've been kind of saying this for a few weeks now. I just think it's the Chiefs, it's the Bills, and then it's everyone else. That's how I feel about it. And sure, we could say, oh, the voodoo magic, the Bills will never beat the Chiefs in a playoff game. Shit, they've got the closest. I mean, the Bengals did it, but the Bengals ain't making the goddamn playoffs. So of the teams,
Unless they went out.
Of the teams who are making the playoffs, the Bills have gotten the closest to doing it. You know what I mean?
Twice.
That's what I'm saying. They're a few seconds away from beating them twice. Maybe we're talking about Josh Allen as a 2-time Super Bowl champion. Like in all reality,
Alternate universe.
They've come the closest to doing it. So I mean, they keep getting better. They keep, again, figuring out how to beat you in more ways. And again, I know it's just a regular season game. It doesn't mean that much, but they're the only team to do it so far this year. They're the only team to do it so far this year. So yeah, I think the Bills are pretty clearly the biggest competitor to Kansas City right now.
All right.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Here he comes with this shit.
Yeah, because I'm the biggest Bills guy.
Right.
I can't believe you're
course.
folding like this.
But of course I can't stand on, because I always have to make it difficult. I always do. That's just how I am.
That'd be different.
I have to be different. So I didn't pick the Bills. Because the Bills, as I said, always win these regular season games and then go ahead, get to the playoffs, and lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's never Josh Allen's fault. It isn't, because Josh goes toe-to-toe with what you just said is the best quarterback in the NFL and potentially the greatest to ever do it. He goes toe-to-toe with that man every single time. But there is a team and there is a coach that is not cursed by the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe yet, but they have not been cursed by the Kansas City Chiefs, and that is the brand new Los Angeles Chargers. I have been a Justin Herbert guy for so damn long, and for so long, they have not had organizational competence. For so long.
That's true.
But guess what? They have Jim Harbaugh. That man loves physical football. That man loves defensive football. He got rid of his number 1, number 2 wide receivers, didn't draft one. He took a big son of a bitch in Joe Alt to go solidify that offensive line. He kept Khalil Mack. He kept Joey Bosa. He said, we're going to build this defense around them two. We're going to keep the core defensive pieces. And what did they do? They went from the 32nd best defense in the NFL, dead last,
The worst.
to the number 1 defense in the NFL.
I've never heard anything the 32nd best.
No, but I
Say the
needed
worst.
to. But worse than best doesn't do it justice. 32 spots. That's what you jumped.
Sure, okay.
32 spots is what you jumped. Or 31, whatever it is. Regardless, they're the best defense in the NFL. They're giving up the fewest points in the NFL. Their best corner has been out. They just didn't have Khalil Mack in a game that they absolutely dominated for the first half. And then, of course, Joe Burrow and Cincy offense did Joe Burrow and Cincy offense things. But what was the big thing? The Chargers, these games, they always lose them. Always. But it seems like luck is on their side for once. For one time, Justin Herbert making big throw after big throw to our boy. Reppin'. Lad McConkey. Reppin' for us. For all of us.
Putting on.
He's putting on for all of us. Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh, physical football, the best defense in the NFL, J.K. Dobbins' resurgence, all of it. I'm here for it. Even with all that being said, the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the AFC, and I don't think anyone beats them.
Yeah, that sucks.
But I'm starting to think that the Buffalo Bills are just cursed, just like those 90s teams that just get oh so close, but the boogeyman always comes to get you. And this time, the boogeyman is Patrick Mahomes.
I really do think that overtime was their chance, was their shot.
Yeah.
That was your shot.
Yeah, and
the Gabe Davis legacy game.
And 13 seconds.
Yeah.
13 seconds.
Yeah, that was your shot.
Mahomes has the number. The Bills are scarred. The Bills are cursed. They'll never beat him. But there is a new prodigal son in the NFL, and his name is Justin Herbert. There is a new father of the NFL, and his name is Jim Harbaugh. They're here. They've arrived.
I just don't understand, Matt. I'm not under. You've been waiting for this.
I have.
No, not for this. For the Bills.
No, the Bills. I know.
You've been waiting for this.
This
for
really
years
is your
and
chance.
This is your chance, bro. And this is how you decide to go about it. And
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
This
why.
is the kind of supporter that
I just
that
don't
Bills
understand.
No, I love the
man.
Bills. I love the Bills.
I know, but what
I'm
are
gonna
you
root for
doing,
them
bro?
over anybody else.
The
Anybody.
Chargers and Bills are just not the same tier football team.
Yes,
like,
they are.
They're not though,
But
bro.
they are.
Bro, the Chargers are good. It's a fun story. I'll even take a goddamn victory lap. You said I was crazy because I said they'll win 9 games, and you said they'll win 8, and we argued about it for literally 20 minutes with Jason. We argued about that shit for 20 minutes. You said I was crazy. I said their defense was good. You two guys looked at me with googly eyes like I was some kind of crazy madman.
Well, because every year we felt that.
anything about football.
And then it never
but this is Jim Harbaugh. Like, I saw the vision. This is a great story. Congrats to the Chargers for flipping the script on their franchise, for being run good. But I just don't know how, after week 11 of the NFL season, the most recent week, where we see the Bills go ahead and beat that team that we hold to such a high regard.
They always do.
Chiefs. Like, right. It doesn't matter. It's just regular season. They always do. And we see the Chargers barely squeak by the Bengals in a who wants to lose more contest. And sure, Justin Herbert was slanging that thing in the first half for surezies. But let's not act like Justin Herbert played some great second half. They had 2 scoring drives in the second half. They kicked 1 field goal. They had the scoring drive at the end of the game where J.K. Dobbins scored the touchdown. Herbert made some big throws on that drive. I'll give him that. But, boy, in that second half, he was missing. He was missing some throws.
He actually threw the ball right to Mike Hilton, and he dropped it.
He was missing some throws.
He definitely did.
You know,
he also threw the ball right to Will Dissly, and he dropped it.
Sure. Yeah.
In terms of stats, sure. Maybe they have luck on their side because they're winning some close games this year. I'll give them that. Maybe just Jim Harbaugh just brought good fortune to the Chargers. But if you really look at it, they really are getting lucky. You look at them in the fourth quarter. Their offense, they're 29th in success rate in the fourth quarter and overtime. And that great defense, the best defense in the NFL. They're 29th ranked defense in terms of EPA per play in the fourth quarter and overtime, too, this year. And, you know, we've seen, you know, they played the Chiefs this year. I'm pretty
29th best.
Yeah, but they're so damn good that it doesn't matter. They don't need to show up in the fourth
we saw them play the Chiefs this year, and that was a game in which I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Chiefs win was a 1-score game because that's how all of the Chiefs games are.
Yeah. I think it was a 3-point game.
But that was a game where, you know, again, this was weeks and weeks ago. I think this was week 5 or week 6, whenever it was. But I'm pretty sure the Chargers controlled that game for the entire game. And it was Mahomes playing like he's been playing all year, a little bit brain dead.
Exactly. That's been all year.
And then they folded to that exact team. I just don't know how.
But their offense over the that's a different Chargers team than
they're
this
getting
Chargers
going.
team.
Justin Herbert's playing some great ball. I'll give you that. They are a playoff lock, like 100%. I could even see them winning a playoff game, like 100%. But they are just not in the tier of team that Kansas City is, and I'm sorry, they just are not in the tier of team that Buffalo is. Sure, like the stats will say the Chargers have a better defense than the Bills this year, but like, let's be dead ass here. In a playoff game where, say these two teams match up against each other, where the Bills will probably have home field, the Bills will have home field advantage.
So I was going to say exactly this. I think that the Chargers, come playoff time, have a better chance to beat the Chiefs, but I think they'd lose to the Bills. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
I don't know about perfect.
Okay, but like,
I think the Chiefs
so are the Bills better than the Chiefs?
Nobody's better than the Chiefs.
Right.
Nobody's better than the Chiefs.
They don't have a shot against either.
The biggest. Well, no team has a shot against the Chiefs. We just said that.
Okay.
I said that.
I'm going to be honest, week after, and again, they just fucking beat them, so maybe it's recency bias, but I've been feeling like this for weeks now.
This could be their year.
Week after week, I'm getting higher on the Bills having more of a chance. Like, I know you guys know how I feel about Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Like, that's my fucking dog for life. I'm starting to get more and more weary about, three-peating is hard to do. Like, three-peating is hard to fucking do. And, like, I know it's the greatest. I've said it multiple times. He's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. So he defies the odds time after time. But week after week, I'm feeling more and more wary about it. But, like,
I just can never bet against that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not gonna bet against them. Come that time, I'm gonna pick them.
Said they had no chance.
Yeah,
I'm never doing
crazy.
that shit again.
That was
I'm never
crazy.
gonna doubt them ever again. I'm never gonna think that they're not the favorite to win the Super Bowl ever again.
100%. I just
until I'm
in
proven
all
otherwise.
seriousness, I just don't know.
Sometimes someone owns another person.
The Chargers, yeah.
and another franchise. And unfortunately, Mahomes just owns the Bills.
Yeah, right.
I think Mahomes owns the NFL,
has owned the Bills. Wait till we see what he does to fucking Justin Herbert.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You don't know what's going to happen. No, we all know what's going to happen. The Chiefs are going to fucking win the Super Bowl again.
Right.
They're just going to keep doing it. Until they're stopped, they're just going to keep doing
So how the
it.
fuck are we having this conversation?
Yeah, like, are you like?
But who's the biggest threat? Because we have to have these conversations.
Shit, they're gonna lose.
No,
threat.
but there has.
Why do we have a podcast?
Right, but there's one
all
team
inevitable
that's
anyway.
a bigger. There's one team that's a bigger threat than the others, and it's the Bills. It's
As I said, the Bills would beat the Chargers, I think, if they played each other. But I don't think that the Bills have a better chance of beating the Chiefs because they're just, unfortunately, they're like, it's their boogeyman. They can't solve it come the time.
Right, so
when the time matters the most.
Core of
They
Chargers
fucking
don't
had them-
technically have a boogeyman.
They're not scarred.
They had them beat.
Jim Harbaugh has you believing every single week. Every single week.
Josh Allen has me believing every single week.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I agree
Right,
with you.
so
But
why
I
are
don't
we-
believe anymore against the Chiefs.
Oh my gosh,
I don't
Matt.
believe anymore against the Chiefs. They could beat them in the regular season all they want. We've seen this story over and over again.
When did Mahomes start starting? 2017.
Yeah,
18.
Sounds right. Oh, I don't know ball.
18, I think.
Okay.
Last game.
Keep
No, it's a
talking.
4-point game.
It's this was literally a 20-something point game. a while
Yeah.
ago. I want to say it's the Bills, but I don't think they could beat them.
The
I
Chiefs are
don't.
8-2 against the Chargers in their last 10 games.
It's different. It's not the
What are they
same
against Jim Harbaugh? 1-0.
Chargers.
Doesn't
matter, though.
in the Jim Harbaugh.
No, but you don't understand.
I do.
This
though.
is no, but you don't.
Matt,
you clearly
like,
don't.
Be dead serious with us right now. Like, do you really fucking believe this, or are you just saying this just to get some shit off and get us some views? Because, like, either way, it's fine. But, like, Matt, you are the Buffalo Bills guy. Why are you folding like this, bro? The Chargers are fun, but, like, what the fuck are you doing,
I'm folding
bro?
because I genuinely don't believe they can beat the Chiefs anymore.
But what if the Bills do it and this is the year you gave up on them?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not giving up on them.
You are.
I'm not giving up.
No, you
Because look, the Chargers are
You
going to beat the
are.
Chiefs. They're going to play in the
are.
AFC Championship, and the Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl. That's what's going to happen.
No. If the Chargers beat the Chiefs, they're going to the Super Bowl.
That's just not true.
Okay.
That's just not true.
I just don't know how we can sit here and say that the Chiefs are inevitably going to the Super Bowl, and then the team that beats them in
Like, what are you
a
saying,
fake scenario
bro?
doesn't go to the Super Bowl.
Nick, do you have any thought on this?
Yeah, mate. Are we seeing? Are we
No,
smoking
I
bullshit?
mean, listen, I don't think Matt. I wish I was on the couch for this pod.
I know
I
we
don't-
should have just had you on the couch.
definitely
Yeah, why
with
didn't we?
Cameras.
Can we
I mean, yeah, if you
That mic's not plugged in.
I
I,
could
don't want to reach.
plug it in?
plug it in
bro?
real quick, like we
Fucking
say what you
thing
have
right
to
there.
say, and we could like stop after this
Yeah.
segment and set it up. I have to use the sync anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think Matt is crazy. The Chargers look good.
They do look good. but-
It takes
But
more than
here's the
that
thing,
to
but
pose
here's
a
the
threat
thing.
to the Chiefs.
No, I
though.
get
You
it.
can't
I
just
get
look
it.
good.
I get it. But like, I know we're talking about like the Bills. Yes, they're a great football team. But whether we like it or not, the Chargers are the #1 defense. Like you could throw all these stats at me. They have been that damn good, and they're playing two rookies at corner basically.
No,
This-
but what
like
Cam
it-
Hart? He's a
Cam Hart's a dog,
bro.
He's a dog.
I love
Tarheeb
them.
Still,
I love them.
What do y'all know about Tarheeb still? Too,
I-
that boy's a
This
baller.
rookie cornerback class is like
Unbelievable.
elite.
Unbelievable.
I love them, and I love that. Like again, we were arguing in the group chat because you said I'm such a loser because I said Justin Herbert's overrated, and sure, I did say that, but because he hasn't won shit, and we were putting him
I
in
agree,
conversations he didn't belong in. Even if he's that talented, you got to win to be in those conversations. But that's a whole nother story. But my main sentiment last year, why I was so upset with Justin Herbert, was just the overall discourse around him, because it was either too far one way where he's the greatest quarterback in the league, he's on that Josh Allen Mahomes tier, blah, 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 or he's the worst ever. And I really didn't like that. And I like that we're seeing Justin Herbert come to light. I'm seeing everyone tweet that he's a consensus top 5 quarterback in the game, that's what he is. And it's cool. It's great. The Chargers, they have sick jerseys. Like, as a kid, I always liked the Chargers.
Daniel Thompson Chargers.
right.
Jersey. I wanted that shit so
Right,
bad, bro.
exactly. Like
But
we
this
always
isn't
liked the
those Chargers.
And it's not right. I agree. I completely agree that it's not those.
it's not flash.
We could say it's not those Chargers without saying they're like they have a better chance to do the big thing than the Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd probably have the Chargers as the 3rd or 4th best team in the AFC right now. Like I think they're that
they're
good.
better than the Steelers.
Like I think that's where we're like that's where it's third or fourth because the other team I really don't think is that good. But we'll talk about that when we talk about that. But the Bills have just shown us so much over these past few years that like we can't be blinded by the fun Chargers. Like I agree with all your points that the Chargers are awesome. Justin Herbert's a dog. Jim Harbaugh, you can make the case he's the coach of the year right now. The defense is, and that was my sentiment when we argued for 20 minutes. You guys said I was crazy. I said they have good pieces on defense. Jim Harbaugh will turn this thing around because Brandon Staley was the worst coach in the NFL.
Yep.
And he was terrible situationally. That's why they always got unlucky. Right. So, like, again, like not to take a victory lap, but like I saw this coming. I knew that I didn't think they'd be the best defense in the goddamn NFL, but I really firmly believe they'd be a top 10 defense this year. They have elite defensive personnel.
They also nailed the draft.
They did. They had a sick draft.
They had a great draft.
But like,
people really thought Harbaugh might take a receiver instead of Joe Wall.
As your first pick in the Harbaugh era, come on. But
yeah, they had a great draft. They have great defensive personnel. They are a damn good football team. But
that's it.
It's a very young receiving core that's only gotten better as the season has progressed, too.
100%. I agree with you. I don't think they've hit their full shot. I think they can continue to get better. Like, 100%. I agree with you. Again, this is all new. Not even just that the receivers are young, but just in general, this is all new for these guys. Like, this whole system is new for these guys.
Yeah,
like, so
we've seen it get better.
Right. I agree with you. But we've seen Josh Allen be a coin toss and a missed kick away.
13 seconds.
A coin toss and a missed kick away from beating that guy. Justin Herbert, like, sure, he had Brandon Staley as his coach, but the only playoff, like, experience we have of him is him fucking choking. Like, respectfully. Respectful. Yep. Like, and that's why, like, we can't put Justin Herbert in the conversation with those quarterbacks. And I know that's not the only thing that matters, but when you're playing against these guys, that typically is the only thing that fucking matters. Like,
no, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, the Chargers defense could be as great as they want, but at the end of the day, if those two teams match up, the Chiefs and the Bills and the Chargers, it'll probably come down to who plays better between Mahomes and Justin Herbert. That's what it is.
I'm just saying, scrap what you've, like, everything we have seen of the Chargers. Like, that game, scrap it. Get rid of everything that we have seen in the same way that we always used to say in the offseason, like, everything you've seen from Kyle Pitts, scrap it. It doesn't matter anymore.
No,
it's the same way with the Chargers.
No,
but it is.
I get what you're saying.
This is not, this is
I get what you're saying, but also, like,
gone are the sins. Because Jim Harbaugh's the priest.
I agree, but also,
if
all we have to go off of with Justin, like, and I'm not saying he's going to be a playoff choker.
If the Cowboys go get a great coach, are we going to wipe everything we've seen from Dak Prescott over the years in the playoffs?
No.
And that's a tricky example
under
because
two coaches already.
Dak has so much more, like, experience. But, like, I'm not saying...
And he's played in, like, 7
I'm not getting up here saying Justin Herbert's a playoff choker. He'll never win a playoff game. But, like, you know, I think it... Again, when we're talking about these teams that have the two greatest quarterbacks of our generation, like, you have to match that. And I don't know if Justin Herbert's great. He's a top 5
projecting
dude.
that he can.
I don't know if he can match that. And
he's
again,
probably the second most physically gifted quarterback.
We've even seen with Josh Allen that matching that isn't enough.
Yeah.
It isn't enough.
Yes.
It isn't
I agree,
enough.
but that's why I'm saying.
I just think we've seen Josh Allen. Think we've seen Josh Allen match it. We've seen him rise to the occasion. The Bills, like, as much as the Chargers obviously have made a bigger jump because they were so poverty, but the Bills keep getting better and better too. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
You should be all over this, Matt. You should be all over the Bills.
I agree, Chris.
You should be getting up here right now telling us that the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs.
Here's the thing.
You really should. You folded, bro.
But I didn't because I have a different interest. Like, it's I have a different. You're allowed to have multiple interests.
It's like when Eddie threw Woody into the box. Said, "I'm not playing with you.
I'm not playing with you anymore.
I'm done." Doing, bro?
No, look. The Bills are, like I said, they're my second favorite team. They are.
Like, am I going to be the Bills guy on the podcast now?
No, because I still love them. I'm going to root for them.
Not enough.
Tom, does it sound like he loves them?
No.
Matt, you're picking the Chargers over them.
You've gotten up here and sounded like a fucking idiot on the Bills' behalf many times in the past.
So many
times.
The
one time you can actually, like,
Back yourself up.
Yes, you can actually back yourself up with evidence and things that have happened recently. You're not
you
doing.
got up here
You're
and said
going with the
Bills
Chargers.
Yeah.
If you got up here and said the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs, all we'd say to you is, well, they haven't done it before.
They haven't done it in the playoffs.
That's all we'd say. But, like, we can't really argue.
you
with
have an argument.
You have an
argument.
argument. And you're going with the Chargers,
because
bro.
every time they play
Matt.
them, because no, but it's literally
You're going
it's
with
the truth.
Chargers,
It is the truth. Every
know,
single
but,
time they
like-
fucking played them, they have lost. And you just said it. Josh Allen can match Mahomes, and it doesn't fucking matter. I'm starting to think they're cursed. They can't beat them. So that's all I'm saying. I'm saying the Bills are the second best team in the AFC, but they will not beat the Chiefs.
Man.
They
And the
can't beat
Chargers.
the Chiefs.
Mahomes has you shaking in your boots, bro.
Yeah, bro.
No
You're-
shit, he should have the whole league shaking in their
I know-
boots.
Matt, you're folding, bro.
I'm not folding.
You are.
No, I'm
You're
not.
folding.
Because I just said the Chargers are the biggest threat to the Chiefs. Because they are. Because they
folding,
fucking are.
Matt. No.
No, I'm
Folding,
speaking
bro.
facts. That's
No.
not folding.
Yes, it
All right,
is,
you're not
bro.
speaking like no. You're not speaking facts. Come on, bro. No. Like
That's literally folding. Like
you're
you're.
folding.
The Bills
bro.
over and over again have not got it done.
Yeah, but this is
They haven't.
the same way. This is a different Chargers team. This is a different Bills team.
But
I
all
can't
the
believe I'm
same
saying
pieces
this right
are
now.
in
But you're
place.
picking the Chargers because there's no historical evidence to back up that they'll lose to the Chiefs.
Exactly.
That's
You're
ridiculous.
folding,
That's ridiculous.
bro.
No, it's not.
Matt,
No,
you're
it's not.
folding,
The Bills have been a cursed
Like this
franchise
isn't even
against
like
the
we
Chiefs.
wanted to have a heated debate on the pod today. This isn't even a heated debate. This
Oh,
is
we
just
will, we will.
funny, bro. Like
We will
what
at
the
some
fuck
point
are
or
you
another, but-
talking? What are you doing, bro? You are the bro. You wore number 17 in flag. You did not wear number 10, bro.
Damn.
You wore number 17. You are
I
folding
love
on
Josh.
your guy. No,
I'm gonna
You
like I
don't
just
love
said.
him no more,
no,
bro.
but I do.
bro.
but I do.
You don't love him.
You
no
love
more,
Herbert
bro.
more.
Yeah,
Bro.
you fall. You
No, I
fell
love
off.
Josh more
Who
than
you-
Herbert.
No.
But
No, you don't.
No. You
No.
guys aren't letting me finish.
You're
'cause
done.
You're wrong.
You're done. You're done.
No,
Unplug his mic, bro. Make podcasts
Literally,
more
as
expensive.
a team, the Chargers could be argued they are a better football team than the Buffalo Bills. That is a fact. That is quite literally. There is an argument. There is. Chargers have only gotten better as the
I
season's
think
progressed. They are a physical football team.
No, I
they
think
can win
there-
it every single
I
way
think
right
there
now.
is an argument,
there's an argument.
sure, but the argument will lead us back to saying that the Bills are better than the Chargers. Like that's the answer.
Bills have a glaring
The-
weakness still.
the
Still
an-
can't stop the run. Still can't do it.
The Chargers have a glaring weakness. They're ass in the fourth quarter. That matters.
It's getting better. It's getting better as the season
Bro, but you're
progresses.
going
we
up
just
against.
watched
I know,
them-
I know,
Just
I know
the
what they
greatest
did.
of all time in the fourth quarter.
And we just
Like,
watched them fold against the Bengals, bro. Like
They didn't fold. They got it done.
it's yeah, it's cool that they won that game, but bro, like that isn't moving.
They absolved their demons.
bro.
They absolved their demons. They
That's
did.
a game that the old Chargers lose.
Yes.
I will agree. I will agree.
100%. But
There's been a lot of games this season that the old
Right,
Chargers
but
would
you
lose.
can't be one of the worst teams in the NFL in the fourth quarter against Chiefs. You just can't do it.
I simply think it gets better as the season progresses. A lot will be told when they play the Chiefs next.
Sure.
I don't even need to pull up the number because I was looking at it before. But like the Chiefs, in terms of all those advanced stats, success rate, EPA per play, all that fun juggle, are like far and away the best fourth quarter team. Even in a year that Pat Mahomes is ass, he's not playing like a top 5 quarterback, all that rubble. Why do they keep winning these close games? Because they are the best when it matters the most.
Right.
They are the best when it matters the most. The Bills fucking had a chip shot field goal to go up by 5, and they were so terrified of him that. And granted, it worked out, and that was sick for like.
Yeah,
like
that was
I know
a crazy
that,
play.
I know that's something that you always say, like you should go for it in those
That's the right
situations.
decision.
I know
That's
that
the right
made you
decision. Yeah, yeah.
happy, like that. But that takes big fucking kahunas.
Takes massive
And
balls.
you only do that because you are terrified of giving that guy the ball
Yes.
back. Like they are different in the fourth quarter. So like sure, the Chargers could get a little bit better in the fourth quarter than they have been, but they've been like a bottom 25
Yeah, what is it,
team
middle
in
of the
fourth
pack?
quarter.
Like,
yeah.
It's not enough.
Like against it, like the Bills, we know Josh Allen has that clutch gene. We know it. And
I agree.
I know Justin Herbert over his career so far has a good amount of game-winning drives and all that
A lot
fun
of 'em, yeah.
stuff, but And this was also part of my argument from back in the day of why I thought he was overrated, because I really don't know if he has that clutch gene. He's displayed it on occasions, and I know it was with Brandon Staley, but again, this is my whole argument from last year. I've seen him fold.
I don't give a fuck about no regular season.
I've seen him fold. I'm not even just talking about that one playoff game. Even in the regular, like, I've seen Justin Herbert fold, and that was my whole thing last year. Was everyone was saying it's not Justin Herbert's fault. It's not Justin Herbert's fault. And sure, a lot of it wasn't his fault, but also I remember week 1 against the Dolphins, he had a chance to win, and he folded. Like, there were times last year where the defense, sure, they were fucking ass, but they did enough to give him a chance to win, and he got the ball and didn't do what he had to do. And, like, I'm not saying he needs to. No, I am actually saying he needs to be perfect, because when you
have to be perfect.
Not even just when you play against Mahomes and when you play against Josh Allen, you have to be fucking perfect to beat those guys in the playoffs. That's just what it is. And, like, I don't know if Justin Herbert can do that. And the stats so far this year are telling me that they can't, because they could be as good as they want for the first 3 quarters, but especially against the team in red, against the Chiefs, like, what matters is the fourth quarter time. And the Bills have shown time and time again, even though they've lost in the playoffs, but, like, they've shown time and time again that they could do enough to win in those situations. They have. The Chargers, under Jim Harbaugh, haven't even been in that situation yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
You're the Bills guy, Matt. You're the Bills guy. You folded, bro. You folded.
Now, on the off chance the Bills do make the run, you can't come up here and say you were here all along. You can't do it.
But I've been here.
No, you can't do it.
I'm the Bills guy now.
You're picking against them right now.
I'm the Bills guy now, bro.
I'm picking against them against the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
I'm the Bills guy now.
Because they can't beat them.
Buffalo, let me in. Please accept me. I'm sorry
Bills
for everything
Mafia.
I've said in the past. Bills Mafia. Bro, I'll jump through a table, bro.
I want to go to a Bills playoff.
I'll jump through a table, bro.
I'm not going to lie to you.